Here's the moment of truth. Let's see if it updates the front end properly. Oh, that's no good. What is Vue? It is a front-end JavaScript framework, so it runs in your web browser and you can write it on a text editor or really whatever you want. And it's basically a set of libraries and build tools that takes HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and compiles it together and serves it to your web browser. Now, the specific reason why I picked Vue was because later down the road with this application, I'm going to want to push data from the server to the web browser, and it has what's called a virtual DOM, so it makes it really easy to sync up when the data changes to have the presentation change as well to match that. It's also pretty lightweight and it's incrementally adoptable, which means if there's certain features in the core library that I don't really need, like routing for instance, I can just not incorporate that and my code is just a little bit smaller. So to get things started, why do I need a front end? I'm in the middle of filming. I'm so sorry for this. 1 second. Hello, this is Carl. Oh, hi. It's the back end. Yes, I would like all of your numbers for the upcoming event and as soon as possible, please. Thank you. Yes, I can hold. Yep. Great, thanks, got it. Great, so now I have all these numbers, but what can I do with them? And that's where the front end comes in. You see, it's a great way to present all of the information in a way that's digestible and accessible. And it all starts with the design. In this case, it's probably about as simple as it can get. There's only 2 pages I'm working on initially, and the only user story I'm really considering is one for myself. So, very important to stay hydrated. It's part of the process. Website looks a little bit like it was made in 2001. No CSS as of now, but I did want to show you some of this functionality. So if I go to the events tab, boom, loads it all from the API, makes the ugliest table you've ever seen, and a bunch of redundant stuff that I'm gonna probably cut. And you know, the functionality's there, it's just a matter of making it look presentable. So that's my next step. I wanted to do this really cool time-lapse shot where everything just evolves and comes together in real time, but I did not notice until the end that, alas, I wasn't actually recording the entire hour of coding. So instead, I recreated it using comments, and this is not an accurate representation of my development process, but it's playing really fast, so hopefully it isn't too noticeable. Why am I using a framework? Hey, I got stuff to get done. Sure, JavaScript is fun, but other JavaScript developers are constantly reinventing the wheel for me. I don't have time to do that myself. At the end of my last video, I talked about setting up the API. The data need a way to get from the server and present it on the web browser, and there are a lot of ways to do that. I mean, a lot. As this is a personal project with just me, myself, and associates, I get to use whatever stack I want. And I chose Vue.js because I wanted to try it, and this is really low stakes. It's just me working on the project. A couple of other big players in the front-end market right now are Facebook's React and Google's Angular. And Vue.js is a little bit like the two had a cool, super indie baby. These glasses actually say Google on them. I think it's time that I showed you a demo. So this is the homepage right now. It doesn't really do much, it's mostly static, but we can see the header component here, and if I click events, it lists all the events from last year. It shows all the events from last year, so if you scroll down, it's a big old hot mess of way too many things. But if we click one of these, it shows us some useful data. So we can see each of the matches and the actual score, and also the prediction our model gave us. It is by no means perfect. Here's something that really trips it up. So if I were to put in, say, 2019 for the same event, it says that matches haven't been released, which is true. This event doesn't happen until the future. But if I put in anything that's illegitimate here, so say, let's be narcissistic and put my own name here, it shows the exact same message. So the backend is able to tell when an event doesn't exist and when the matches just haven't updated yet. But the front end, I haven't implemented that yet. So there's still a bunch of goals, but right now I'm just focusing on that minimum viable product, trying to get something shipped out of the door. I pushed all of my changes to GitHub, and then I loaded it all on the production server and built it. So here's the moment of truth. Let's see if it updates the front end properly. Oh, that's no good. Huh. It uses caching. So that's something for me to update in the future. But it's live and it's on the internet. Before I actually have this live, I'm going to have to make it so that the data is loading properly from the API in real time, but that's a little bit boring. This visual stuff is, I like it. I like it. Hi, thank you so much for watching this video all the way until the end. I'm working on building the nerdiest space on the internet, or at least somewhere in the top quadrant. And I'm coming out with videos every week, so if you don't want to miss the next one, be sure to subscribe. And if you learned anything from this video, I would really appreciate a like. Algorithms love it, and we're all about algorithms on this channel. Next up in this series, I'll be taking the back end and the front end and smushing them together into an alpha test I'll be putting online. I am super excited to have this app in a state where other people will be able to see them, and I really hope I get to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.